Welcome back to another episode of Getting to Know the Schwantzes. I have a special guest with me. MsShwantz has graced us with our presence. You guys have been asking for it, so she will deliver. So, how this goes is if you have a question for us or a question for just me specifically, leave it down in the comment section and we'll try and get to it. Got a bunch of questions here, so let's get started right off the bat. It's 10p asks, well, this isn't a question, it's great video, Brian and MsShwantz. Wouldn't mind seeing more videos from you two.
Okay.
Okay, excellent. Next question is from Steven 903841. He asks a very, very intimate question. Should I be worried about my penis size? I have had girls turn me down because it's not massive. Should that make me feel bad about myself? Or should I, should I move on and just try and find a girl who doesn't mind? Great video nonetheless. My advice for you is if a girl is going to turn you down because your dick is not massive, run away. This girl is a freak. You want no part of her whatsoever.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
It's not the size that matters, it's what you can do with it, Steven.
Kind of.
Oh, we got the superficiality coming out of MsShwantz here.
I don't know. In my experience, sometimes it does matter. But, you can do other things really well and that can make up for it.
Compensation in other places is basically what she's saying. By the way, if you've gotten to the part where your dick is out and the girl just turns you down right then and there, how are you going up to girls to meet them? Hi, how you doing? Here's my dick. I don't think that that's a good strategy. I don't think that strategy is one that works.
Yeah, I guess that's true. If you're at that point, you shouldn't be too picky. I mean, I haven't been picky in my life, and I've, like I said, experienced...
Subtle shots fired at me, by the way, there?
What do you mean, subtle shots? Oh, because I've been with other people besides you?
No, you're saying, I've settled with Schwantz here, so therefore dick size definitely doesn't matter because he is small.
No, that's not what I said. We're going to replay that because that's not what I said. I said, obviously, it doesn't matter because I said, I've experienced different sizes, so I haven't turned anyone down for that reason, is more what I was saying.
Would you turn somebody down for that reason?
Personally, I wouldn't. I don't understand, but it doesn't hurt, like I said, to have something else to kind of fall back to, because I don't know, in my experience, sometimes they compensate in other ways that were the best I've ever had. So let's see.
Yeah, so in other words, when you meet a girl, they should like you for who you are. You shouldn't pretend to be somebody you're not.
Yeah.
But if you really are feeling down about it, there's pills out there. Anyway, next question.
Those pills don't work.
Not the ones behind the counter. Those ones that's guaranteed to make you grow.
None of
those
them
never work.
None of them work.
I don't know. You could do dick exercises. You could flex the PC muscle.
I would just become talented in other areas if you really have an issue.
There you go. The Broman asked, does MsShwantz rage super hard like you do?
Not at video games.
Well, what are some of the things that do make you rage? Driving, people that drive idiotically?
Yeah, I can be.
MsShwantz has some road rage.
A little bit. Listen, you grew up in New York, so.
Yeah, when you grow up in New York, you are going to have some road rage attached to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so,
a little bit.
Is there any other general things that make you rage?
I don't know. You probably know more than I do. I don't know. I feel like it's situational.
All right. And Lays Benzon asked, does Brian rage when he plays video games?
Isn't that pretty obvious?
Yeah.
Isn't that why you started your YouTube channel?
Exactly. People, my good friends would always laugh at me when I rage, so they're like, you should record this. So that's what I did. So of course I rage. Liam the Dark One has got two-part question. How did you two meet? I think we've discussed this before, so I'll give the Cliff Notes version of it.
Yeah, I was explaining someone to how we met this weekend. Someone we known for 7 years didn't know how we met.
That's true. And I explained the story to one of my friends' fiance, because that was the first time I had met her as well. But I'll give you the Cliff Notes version. If you want the long version, it's been answered before. The Cliff Notes version is we both went to college together. We both had mutual friends. We met at a wear anything but clothes party. I wore a garbage bag with holes punched out, and she wore a pirate flag?
Yes, the pirate flag.
I stole her camera out of her bag, took some racy pictures, and she was less than impressed, going back to the previous question. And then what happened after that?
Oh, well, wait. I don't think that the pictures, those racy pictures, they weren't you.
Oh.
I think they were one of our other friends. So,
oh, excuse me.
And you didn't really, you just saw, like,
the
base.
Yeah, they were not. Since it's so big, it cannot fit in the picture.
Well, I think everyone was kind of duct taped into their anything but
That's
clothes,
true.
so it wasn't really easy to get down pants. Anyway, so then you dropped my camera.
Which you raged at. That's the
Which I raged
situational
at.
rage.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, situational rage, because I cursed you out. I really cursed you out, and I was like, fuck this guy. And I don't know. Then, like, we went to a couple other parties together, so I didn't hate you.
Right.
But...
We were mutual friends, and our first date was a hockey game. So that's pretty much how it started from there.
Yeah.
I was the backup's backup to go to a hockey game.
I was dating someone else.
So, this one's for the missus. What is your opinion on Mr. Schwantz's YouTube career?
It's evolved. Obviously, now I'm doing Q&As with you, so I want to be supportive. Sometimes it does take up way too much of your time, and I would like to see that change. When we got married, you weren't really doing this, so I didn't sign up for you spending so much time there, and I hope everyone understands when you have to spend time with me.
Hey, we had a great night last night watching
you hated it
watching
last
Jane
night.
Austen's Emma and Hook.
And well, see,
Two
Emma was a
wonderful
punishment.
movies.
Emma was a punishment because you ignored me all weekend. And
Yes.
then
This is what happens
Hook.
when I live stream for 6 hours,
Yeah.
is that the next day I get punished. So
Yeah.
3-hour live streams will probably be the max. So
Two.
3 or 2?
2.
2? All right. GovHQ, piggybacking, how happy am I that your wife lets you enjoy what you do here on YouTube? So the operative, I guess, is lets you. I don't like using, like, that phrasing, I guess you would say.
I don't let you do anything.
Right.
You're an adult. You do what you want to do. You just prefer
That
to
being
spend time
said,
with me.
that being said, there are consequences for actions. So.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're an adult and you're married, and if you wanted to spend all your time playing video games, you shouldn't be married.
Yeah. So, I'm very grateful that my wife lets me do what I do. And if she
you just
didn't,
said it. You just said, like, lets me do what you do.
right?
Supports you.
I'm using his
Okay.
phrasing. So, yeah, I'm very ecstatic about that. And if this was a bigger bone of contention, then things might be a bit different. Either I wouldn't be doing this, or I would have another girl, or I'd be single.
Another girl? Oh, another. Okay, just not be married to me. I thought
Right.
you meant like a side piece.
No. His second part of his question: will you ever have her attempt a match of Call of Duty anytime soon?
Nope.
Don't you think that would be fun though?
Nope.
Me training my girlfriend or wife in that case to
Girlfriend.
play. Well, I've seen Training Your Girlfriend series on YouTube because most people
I don't know.
that do
Are
this
they are they popular?
they're pretty funny, and mostly because people just want to see girls.
See a girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't want to be on video.
Well,
So I guess that ruins it, right? For seeing a girl.
I guess so.
Sorry.
All right. Accord Racer also says, I should do a video where she watches you play. Her reactions of when you rage would be awesome.
I have better things to do with my time. Thank you.
She has been in a few of my rage montages before, yelling at me, turning off my Xbox, and
I think I only did that once or twice.
and actually, I was going to sneak this question in, but we'll sneak it in. She actually took my Call of Duty Ghosts copy. So Billy Bedlam asked, did she ever give it back to me? So basically one time I was raging so hard at Ghosts because it's a terrible fucking game. And she's like, that's it, you're not playing this game ever again. And I'm like, good, I don't want to fucking play this game ever again.
Yeah, you hated it, so why play something that makes you so angry? So I took it, and I hid it. He still doesn't know where I hid it, so that way I
Correct.
can use it for future hidings. I go, you're never gonna find it.
Right.
I did such a good job hiding it.
All right.
But you got it back.
I got it back like 6 or 7 months later.
Why did you give it back? You did something really, really nice and really awesome, and I was like, I have to give this back to you.
I think we'll allude to it in a question later on. What is your favorite memory with MsShwantz? So I'll fill in the pieces once we get to that question.
Sounds good.
So Accord Racer also asks, are kids in your future plans? If so, how many? And if not, will pets fill the gap?
Well, I hate the saying, like, will pets fill the gap? Because it's not really a gap, you know? I don't think either of us has, like, a need or a strong need to have children. And you can have a fulfilling life without children. You know, it's just a different type of fulfilling. You know, it could be you really love your pets and that fulfills you. Or traveling, which definitely fulfills us. That's really, like, a strong reason why we're on the fence about it, is we still love to travel. So I don't know. We're still undecided. Can you tell by my answer?
Yeah. So the answer is there is no strong feeling. So Revolution Boy asks, "Hey Brian, do you even want to have kids or no?" So the thing is, me specifically, I know MsShwantz has kind of the same sentiment, but I don't have a strong opinion one way or the other. I've never felt the need to become a parent. There are times when I say to myself, "Oh, wouldn't it be nice if?" And then there are times that I say to myself, geez, I'm so glad that I didn't, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I don't have a strong feeling one way or the other, although I'm pretty sure that both of us would make great parents. So that's not really an issue. It's whether or not children fit in our life and our lifestyle at the moment, and the answer to that is not really.
Or, like, where we see our life going, you know? I don't know. I think if we don't have kids, our life is going to be fucking awesome, you know? And if we do have kids, our life is going to be fucking awesome. So,
except for like a couple months.
Well, yeah, but I hear that it's like still all worth it. So, you know, I think we're just going to have an awesome life either way.
Yeah.
And a full life and a happy life.
Speaking of pets, Shui Entertainment, do we have any pets? Yes, we have 2 cats.
2 cats.
2 black cats.
2 adorable black cats.
And here's the thing on black cats.
Wait, here's my PS. Are you doing the PSA?
I was gonna
Here's
do
my
the
PSA for black cats.
Okay.
Black cats don't get adopted very often from the shelter. Neither do black dogs or any sort of black animals, because they don't photograph well, and people still have superstition. So a lot of them are hanging out in your shelter.
Yeah, I think with black cats, it's definitely the superstition that they're bad
but
luck.
There are
which actually is bullshit, because it was black rats and not black cats that caused the bubonic plague. And then when they killed off all the black cats, the black plague actually got worse.
Because they killed off all the cats. Yes.
Which killed the rats.
But that's my PSA. So if you're considering adopting a cat, I mean, obviously or any animal, find the one that's right for you, but don't be, hung up by their color. And also, there's lots of pets in the shelter, so adopt and don't shop.
Yeah, so I was not big into having a pet because I had never had a pet when I was younger. So the cats that I have with MsShwantz are my first pets, and so far so good. Cats are pretty easy to deal with. They can kind of police themselves. Dogs, it's a little bit more difficult. I don't know if I would enjoy a dog because of the amount of responsibility.
Well, let's say back to this kids question. I do want a dog, and if we don't have kids, we will eventually be getting a dog. So
we'll have to see about that.
And a senior dog too. So.
All right. So Callum Wilson, I guess this has to deal with dogs. So Mr. and Ms. Schwantz, hypothetical situation, which little disclaimer. Ms. Schwantz is terrible at hypothetical situations.
Bad.
But anyway, you have 1 tin of food, and you could either give it to a homeless man and his dog dies of hunger, or give it to the dog and the homeless man dies of hunger. Who do you choose and why?
Is this going to be my annoying habit? Is that I can't ever answer a hypothetical situation? Why don't you fucking just split the tin in 2 and give 1 to one and 1 to the other? Seriously.
All right, I'm killing the dog. I'm sorry. The dog's got to go. As much as it pains me to let the dog go, or as much as it pains me to kill the dog, if you kill the human, then how is the dog going to take care of itself, right? Like, it's going to have to scavenge for food. Whereas if you give it to the man, he could find or pay for the dog to get dog food or whatnot. The dog is not going to find food for the man, right? Unless he goes and murders a squirrel or some shit.
Yeah. I think it's more like it immediately happens, because otherwise, yeah, you're fucking failing this hypothetical situation then too, because you're like,
Right.
oh, this can go find it. Why not just split it in half?
See, to me, I think that there is an overabundance of human population, so I don't mind people dying, but I think there's also
I don't mind people dying.
There's also an overabundance of dog population too. There's a lot of dogs in shelters that can't find homes, so I guess it's kill them both, fuck them both.
Wow.
So, MsShwantz saves them both. Schwantz kills them both. So the next part of his thing is one annoying habit that the other person has. So,
you go first. I gotta think about this for a second.
I think we actually answered this question in a previous Q&A. I'm not positive, but you can go back and listen to it anyway and find out if our answers are the same or different than what we said before. But for me, an annoying habit that MsShwantz has is she will be on the couch and will snack. And unfortunately, the snack will kind of stay there. So, for example, she is into pistachios a lot right now. So she'll leave, like, a jar full of pistachio shells, empty ones, after she's eaten this pistachio inside of it, on the coffee table for days. And that kind of... it's irritating, to say the least, because, like, it's pretty gross to look at that, or sunflower seeds. It's not my favorite thing.
I getcha. My annoying thing is, well, I guess there's a few, is that, yeah, Brian will sit there and say he'll do something, and then it'll be like the garbage from the master bathroom, which you said you were going to take out on our way out the door on Saturday, and it's still sitting there. Still sitting there. Just sitting there. In the kitchen, waiting to go out and be taken out to the trash.
Can we stop the commentary now? We'll go on and take it out right now while I remember. No, we're gonna plow through it.
Yeah.
All right, I promise I'll do it when the commentary is over.
Yeah, but it's not just that. It's like everything. He's like, oh, I'll do it later. And then, like, it's like 5 days fucking later. And I don't know. You don't need to tell me you're gonna do it. But if you're gonna say you're gonna do it, follow up.
Well, here's the thing. I really want to do it. It just doesn't get as high on the priority list.
Yeah. But it's higher on the priority list than sitting down and live streaming for 6 hours, okay?
Fair enough.
There you go.
Jab of Legends. A question for both you and MsShwantz. What are the key parts of a relationship / marriage? All us young guys think we know about the intimacy, the hanging out, watching Netflix, and small communication by calls and texts. What are the parts of a serious relationship that is missing from my list or that is not talked about? Communication. Not by calls or texts. If you could pick up body language of the opposite, of your opposite, that always helps. It always helps to communicate and talk about things. Know when the person is withholding information from you, when they want to talk about it, when they don't want to talk about it. So, for example, MsShwantz, she kind of sometimes will let things slide a lot. But then after a while, all the things that she's let slide just blows up one day, and it becomes like a laundry list of 300 things that she's upset about. So,
I try not to do that.
I know you try not to do it, but it happens sometimes, and my challenge is to find the goal, the root cause of the entire thing, okay? Because it's never just about leaving the toilet seat up. There is a huge...
I've never argued with you.
I know. Hypotheticals?
Okay.
Hypothetically speaking. See, this is why she doesn't do hypotheticals. Hypothetically speaking, it's never leaving the toilet seat up or leaving the garbage out too long. There's a underlying root cause, and to know that part of the other person is probably the best asset. So communication that's both nonverbal and verbal. And it's, I guess if you're in a long-distance relationship, then it's the calls and the texts.
Yeah, but I mean, he asked for something that was missing from the list or is not talked about. Do you think, like, nonverbal communication is not talked about? I guess it's not. I would say the most important thing is compromise. I know a lot of friends who stay single longer than they need to because they don't want to compromise. And, I always say being in a marriage is the hardest work ever. It's a lot of hard work to compromise. No one wants to compromise and think about someone other than themselves. It can be very difficult to do all the time because you really got to do it all the time.
Right.
But it's also the most rewarding.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, no, that's really good. I'm trying to think of other things, but money is probably also a key issue that I don't see in here. A lot of relationship fights are about money, so I think being open and honest about
Yes.
money and
you know, being really open. Like, I have no problem sitting there and being like, Brian, what the fuck are you doing? You're overdrawing, and you're drawing from our savings account. Like,
Right.
you need to watch what you spend.
right.
And you're the same way with me, saying like, you're
Or
doing
if we
too many
wanna-
house projects.
Or if we want to make big purchases, you know,
talk to each
we
other.
talk to, you know, so
Like your computer.
like MsShwantz has blessed me on getting a new PC, but this is something I have to think about because it's not a small thing. It's like a, you know,
Although
$1,000 investment. So
Although
we'll
after
see.
paying for a wedding and a house and stuff, it's not
Right.
that much money
Right.
considering
Right.
other things.
So I think those are the two heavy hitters that you didn't list in here.
Oh yeah, I had one more, but I couldn't remember what it was. Oh, be friends. It's like you want to be best friends with a person and really, really enjoy hanging out with them, you know, and putting them first.
All right, so that leads into Gay Unicorn 69's question. What is your favorite memory with MsShwantz? So my favorite memory with MsShwantz didn't happen that long ago, actually. So for MsShwantz's 30th birthday, yes,
Oh,
she
yeah.
is that old.
That's why I gave you the video game back.
So
God, I can't believe I forgot that.
all right, so MsShwantz's 30th birthday, I took her out to a hockey game. And for this hockey game, MsShwantz has always wanted to sit right behind
You're not
the
explaining.
benches.
You're not doing it like anticipation enough. Maybe I should tell the story of your favorite thing so they get the anticipation that I had.
All right, go.
for it.
Why don't you? So then go
So
ahead.
I was away on a business trip, and my 30th birthday so happened to be the day I flew back in to New York City. So originally I was supposed to come home really late at night, but then my flight changed and I was getting home at 4. So I was like, great, Brian, do you want to drive down? It's my birthday, and first it was like, we'll go to dinner and you could just meet me at the airport. And then I checked the hockey schedule and there was a game on my birthday. So I was like, Brian, let's do this because it's been a really long time since we've been to a game. And he's like, yeah. So little time goes by. You're like, oh, I bought the tickets, but, you know, they only had West Balcony tickets. So those are what I got. Are those okay?
Basically, nosebleed seats.
Yeah, but they're awesome nosebleed seats. So I was like, yeah, that's fine. I love the West Balcony. It's cool. So it's day of my birthday, and Brian comes and picks me up from the airport. It's really cute. He's got my jersey, and, you know, he meets me, like, right out of baggage, and I'm walking with my boss, and me and Brian are talking. And then so we leave my boss. They're going up to their car in the parking garage, and we're going to where Brian parks in the parking garage. And Brian hands me my card, so I open it up, and, like, there's the tickets printed out, and they're folded. And so I didn't think, you know, they're whatever. But Brian had told me that I had a little surprise. So, you know, me being fucking a little greedy and spoiled by Brian, I was like, what's the surprise? Where's my little surprise? You said you were getting me something else. He's like, open the tickets. And don't you know, Brian got me second row, center, behind the bench tickets to see my favorite team.
Which is something that you had wanted
bucket
for
list item. I thought you were gonna do it when we got engaged, but you didn't do it then.
No.
So
Nope. I was saving it up for something else.
That was a good one.
So, and then the story goes on in that the actual game itself, the Rangers were playing, I don't remember who it was, but they were down 3-0 after the second period. And there had already been 2 of the Rangers players thrown out of the game for misconduct.
Yeah, that was awesome.
The Rangers were down 2 players, and they were down 3 goals going to the third period. Now, you know, I had apologized to MsShwantz. I was like, listen, I'm sorry the game stinks, but at least you got to sit behind the bench,
I didn't even pay attention to the score. I was still like, oh my God, how am I sitting here?
So the third period rolls out, and the Rangers score 5 unanswered goals to win the game in the third period.
It was incredible.
So it was the perfect ending to a perfect evening.
Oh, that was like the best birthday ever, like by millions and miles.
So that to me is my favorite moment with MsShwantz. Of course, people might say your honeymoon or your wedding. So I went with something a little bit different
glowing
there.
just thinking about it.
All right, excellent. You sure it's not the light?
It's not the light. You
All
need
right.
to pick out a new light for there, though.
All right, so 2 more questions. Hi, Renan. Would you come to Finland?
Yes, absolutely.
Finland is on the bucket list somewhere. Although,
I don't know if
is
it's on like
Finland
the bucket
not,
list, but it's
Finland's
on the list.
not considered Scandinavia, right? It's only Norway and Sweden and Denmark.
I don't know. Why don't you ask the guy from Finland?
All right. Leave it down.
Answer in the comments.
Yeah, exactly. And last, but certainly not least, speaking of traveling, Mob Doctor 11, am I the only South African that watches your videos? Love the videos, man. Keep it up.
I love South Africans.
So, South Africans was my favorite accent when we talked about it in the last Q&A. Do you remember
That's right.
that?
So who did I say my favorite accent was? All, because I love accents.
I don't know.
A girl loves an accent.
There you go. So, according to my analytics, in the last 28 days, I've had 43 views from South Africa. So, unless you're watching my videos more than once, unfortunately, you're not the only one from South Africa that watches my videos. But I certainly do appreciate everybody from around the world watching my videos and interacting with us. Speaking of that, if you have a question for us that we didn't answer in this, don't worry.
It's still on the list.
We've got more questions on the list. So if you ask something and we didn't get to it, we'll get to it next time. Or if you have something that you want to ask us, just leave it down in the comment section for either the both of us or for just me. That's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you give it a thumbs up. And
yes, lots of thumbs up.
Lots of thumbs up.
No
like
mean
Siskel
comments.
and Ebert.
Yeah.
And definitely mean comments.
I hate mean comments. Bye.